Hey everyone, welcome back to Going Driving. Today we're going to be looking at the 4 things that I love about the 2020 BMW X330i. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, be sure to leave a thumbs up. X3 was first launched back in 2003, and since then it has clawed its way up to dominate the mid-size luxury SUV market. With over 500,000 units sold just in the US, there's no doubt that this car is absolutely dominating the market right now, and most likely will going forward as well. With that said, there are lots of great things about this car, but today I'm going to be highlighting the 4 things that I love about this car. I've noticed that auto manufacturers really struggle to find the right amount of power or the right amount of engine size for their clientele. BMW was able to do this very efficiently, where they were able to provide lots of different options just in the X3. So the X3 can be spec'd out in an engine, in a very tiny engine that produces 180 horsepower, to an engine that produces 503 horsepower. So you have a wide range of options to choose from. I think this is great for clients who either want just a dedicated BMW, or they want something that's extremely quick, and they want to have a little bit of fun with it as well. The one that we're in right now is the X330i. So this is the most common, most popular X3 in the lineup. This has a 4-cylinder twin-turbo engine that produces 248 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. So this is very common, or it's very popular just because of that. When you want to merge on the highway, when you want some speed, you have it right away to you. But then also when you want the fuel efficiency, this car is amazing because it's a 4-cylinder. So obviously it's not using up as much gas as like the X3M competition, which is an 8-cylinder producing 503 horsepower. Nonetheless, I think it's great that X3 offers a whole variety of options and a whole number of different options really for clients to choose from. The next thing that I like about the X3 is the ride quality. So compared to the previous generation, this car is just absolutely different. And I know that the design was changed from the outside, things were changed from the inside, but I feel like even the driving platform or the chassis was changed quite significantly, because the way it drives from the previous generation, it's this one is a lot more comfortable, a lot more softer on the potholes. And I also feel like part of the reason for that is because this specific car has an optional package of the adaptive dampers. So what this means is that anytime you hit any potholes or any when you go through any rough roads, the adaptive dampers sort of absorb those shocks and make the ride obviously a lot more softer. But having said that, I've driven a very minimally equipped X3, the new one, and it's just as soft. I mean, you can't really tell that much of a difference. And as we're on the topic of comfort and the ride quality, another thing I want to highlight is the fact that you can change the driving modes from comfort to sport to Eco Pro, and it really makes a big change. I mean, obviously when you want a comfortable ride, you're going to put your car into comfort mode. But then let's say when you want a harsher feel, or when you want to drive a little faster, you can put your car into sport mode, and the suspension just changes drastically. It's a lot stiffer, so that way you're feeling a lot more bumps, but the steering wheel is a lot looser. And I think that is kudos to BMW and their engineers, because the fact that they were able to come up with that and put the best of both worlds, where they can have the stiffer ride and the comfortable ride all in one car, I think it's really amazing, and that's why I love this feature so much. Another thing that I've noted, and another thing that I really love about this car, is how much more spacious it is than the predecessor. Obviously with the redesign and the complete design change from the outside, I'm sure BMW engineers were able to find extra space everywhere in the interior, but I noticed this especially in the trunk, in the legroom, in the backseat area, and the cabin space. So with the trunk, I mean, you could easily fit in 2 full-size adult bikes. You could throw in a couple of suitcases, and then the back seat, I could easily fit in the back, and I'm at 5'8", so full-size adults should be no problem. And then in the cabin space, the center console is positioned really well, and the distance between the steering wheel and the driver is amazing. And overall, I mean, this feels a lot more roomy and a lot more spacious than the previous one, and I think I really like that a lot. The final thing that I love about the X3 are the LED lights. Now I know what you're thinking, this shouldn't be a deal breaker to anyone, but when you think about it, when you're in a BMW or a luxury car like Mercedes or Audi, you want that premium feel not only during the day but also during the night. And with LED lights, I feel like they really enhance that look. So I think BMW did a good job in the X3 with the amount of LED lights they placed in the car, compared to, let's say, the Mercedes, who already has a reputation of overly loading up their cars with excessive LED lights. I think that's just distracting and it's just a gimmick at that point. But with the X3, I think it's very subtle. I think it's the right amount, and I think overall it just seems very sleek and elegant. And with that, my video about the 4 things that I love about the BMW X3 comes to a conclusion. If you enjoy watching the video, please be sure to leave a thumbs up, and if you want to see more content, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have any comments or suggestions, be sure to leave them in the comments below. Besides that, take care, and I'll see you guys next week.